Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Akeem, and in today's Fix for Entertainment news, Romeo and Juliet actors are suing Paramount Pictures, Batista is done with Drax, and Green Arrow is returning from the dead in the CW's Flash series. Let's drop it. Wherefore art thou lawsuit? Now that's what the actors who starred as Romeo and Juliet in the 1968 Franco Zefirelli film of the same name are asking. Olivia, Hussey, and Leonard, who were 15 and 16 at the time, are suing Paramount Pictures for their brief nude scene in the 1968 film, claiming negligence and child sexual abuse. Now while it's been several decades since the release of the film, the actors filed the claim on December 30th of 2022, which was the final date historical child sex abuse lawsuits could be filed under the new sexual abuse claims law in California, which temporarily suspended the statute of limitations on such claims. The actors claim in the suit that Zefirelli told them there'd be no actual nudity given the camera angles and the flesh-colored garments they were supposed to wear for the scene. But when it came down to the shooting of the scene, none of those things happened, and the director supposedly told them that the picture would fail if they didn't do the scene completely nude. That's pretty gross if it played out that way. But Olivia Hussey surprisingly defended those nude scenes in recent years. In 2018, while speaking with Variety, Hussey said, quote, "Everyone thinks they were so young they probably didn't realize what they were doing, but we were very aware. We both came from drama schools, and when you work, you take your work very seriously." Now, she then went on to tell Fox News later that year while speaking on why she was comfortable with the nude scene at the time, quote, "I think because it was done very tastefully, and in Europe, it was very different. In America, it was very taboo. But in Europe, a lot of the films had nudity. Nobody really thought much of it." She continued saying, quote, "It wasn't that big of a deal, and Leonard wasn't shy at all. In the middle of shooting, I just completely forgot I didn't have clothes on." At the time of those two interviews in 2018, Olivia was 68. Now in her 70s, Olivia clearly has reconsidered her stance on what took place decades ago on the set of the film in a time long before intimacy coordinators even existed. And while some might consider this nothing more than a cash grab, given the lapse of time and one of the accusers defending the direction on multiple media platforms, it'll be up to the courts to decide on damages that are believed to be upwards of $500 million. Now, there's so much to unpack with this story, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have thoughts on it. So let's discuss it in the comments down below. Now in other news, Batista is stepping away from the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Guardians 3. Now we've known him as Drax since 2014, but speaking with GQ, the former WWE superstar speaks on his relationship with the character and the legacy he hopes to leave behind. Quote, "I'm so grateful for Drax, I love him, but there's a relief that it's over. It wasn't all pleasant. It was hard playing that role. The makeup process was beating me down, and I just don't know if I want Drax to be my legacy. It's a silly performance, and I want to do more dramatic stuff." Now, he's definitely suited to do such, and I personally can't wait to see more Batista bombs in theaters. No, not like that. I mean, y'all wrestling fans know what I mean. Batista bomb! Yes, and finally, Stephen Amell is dusting off the quiver to return as Green Arrow in the final season of The Flash. The man that started the Arrowverse as Green Arrow will hop back in for one last time on the 9th episode in the 9th and final season of The Flash, which is making everyone that's kept up with the CW shows wonder just how he'll be appearing, given his death during the Crisis on Infinite Earths event. But seeing as it is The Flash we're talking about, you can expect the show to rely on its tried and true MacGuffin of time travel. Yeah, now that's just my assumption, of course. Now after this, you can finally put a fork in the Arrowverse and call it done. And that was your entertainment fix for today. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and thank you so much for watching. Now that you're done with this video, please check out our previous episode. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, stick with IGN.